are back again. I went and got a grease-caked starter and put it in this truck. Hooked it all up, and yeah, we'll see if it works. Okay, here we are up top. Cable's hooked up, everything's good. Took a leaf blower and kind of got all the junk off the motor, all the spider webs and spruce needles and whatnot. So yeah, just kind of went over everything, double checked, made sure everything's good. I set a battery in here and waited to hook this up. Haven't hooked that up yet. So let me hook that up and we'll see what happens, I guess. Go see if we got any power. Surprised the keys were in it. Wow, that's the first one of those I've ever seen work. The old brake light thing. Everyone says, oh, they're pieces of junk, they never work, so. Wonder why the oil pressure comes up when you turn the key on. Apparently it has gas in it too. Huh. Well, we got power, does it crank over? Huh. Oh well. Let's see if it actually has gas in it. Let me smell in there. Huh. Doesn't smell that old. Can you feel the cold? Feels like it. So it doesn't crank from the key, but everyone knows the solution to that. You need one of these and just do that. But I guess I can pop this off and see what it looks like. If the, oh wow, that's all brand new, it looks like. Let me clean those up real quick and we'll see if it has spark while I try turning it over. Okay, they're all cleaned up nice. They open and close when you turn the motor over, so that's good. So, oh, it's over here. See if she cranks over at least. That's good. Starter works. And let's, if I can do it one-handed here. I just want to make sure the starter is disengaging by turning the motor over by hand. Make sure it disengages, like if it's not right for this or whatever, and then if I start it up, if it runs, if it starts up, it won't be engaged and wreck the starter or anything. So I'll put the camera down and see if that turns. Okay, turns over fine by hand. Pretty tight, feels like it's not a worn out motor for sure. Pretty hard to turn over. So I would say that's disengaging fine, so we can move further along. Let me go turn the key on, see if we got spark at the points after I cleaned them. Get this wire out of the way here. Oh yeah, there's spark. Looks pretty good too. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but I saw it. This might just be easy. I would hope so if it's rumored to be a rebuilt or overhauled motor, so. Button this back up and see what'll happen. I just happened to glance down here at the fuel pump and there was gas kind of leaking out in this area. And I took the hose off and it was all cracked and really brittle and bad, so I put a different one on it. But, you know, just that little bit of cranking, I did a little bit more off camera, and it's drawing fuel up, so it actually has fuel in the tank. So maybe that gauge is accurate. So this thing might just run off the tank where it doesn't even smell that old. Might get lucky there. Okay, got the manual fuel pump here. So I'll put some in the carburetor, turn the key on, and jump the solenoid and see what happens. Sounded all right. It was kind of flopping around, and I realized the drive shaft was turning, so I shut it off and went under there, and I had to jack up the transmission there. It was down on that cross member because the other rear cross member is out of it. I have it, but they took it out, and the drive shaft was actually turning. It was tied up against the exhaust pipe, so I took that down and then jacked that up, and then I was able to manually shift the linkage on the transmission, and should be good now. All right, keys on, so should start right up. Everything's out of the way. Maybe it does really have that much gas in it. And it runs good. No noises or anything. Well, I do believe that is an overhauled motor. At least it sounds all right, starts right up really good, has good spark, so yeah, maybe they did go completely through it and it is ready to go. Accelerator pump's leaking, but that's normal on all these Motorcraft carburetors. But yeah, sounds good. I guess now that I know that it runs and no real problems so far, I'll put the pulley and fan and a belt on it so it can run the water pump and then get some coolant moving through this thing. It is full, so get water flowing through it, then I can run it for longer, and then once it warms up and warms the oil all up, that is really a point where you can tell if it's going to have any problems or whatever, because initial startups, when it's colder and the oil is not warmed up, it would be thicker, and therefore it would mask any tolerances being out of spec and could potentially hide a knock or other noises. So yeah, I guess I'll move further along and do that, and we'll run it for longer and see how it is. Okay, so I got the fan, pulley, and belt on. All that is good. Everything's tight. The bolts are thread locked because why not? And the belt's good and tight. It's a little bit old and starting to crack, but I've seen worse and ran worse. So I guess it's time to start this thing up and run it for longer now that it's going to move water through it and cool itself. So got rained out for a little bit, but it's a little bit better now. But yeah, when I started it up and it was apparently in gear and started turning that first half of the two-piece drive shaft, they're undone from each other. The other one that goes to the rear axle is on the ground. Some of you noticed that in the first video. But yeah, I mean, the transmission was rumored to be no good, but it was obviously spinning down there. Who knows if reverse or if the actual upshifting and drive is out or what, but it looks like somebody had began to pull that transmission, so stuff's kind of undone and loose under there. And yeah, who knows if it even has any fluid in it. So running this motor with it in park still turns the pump, I believe. So yeah, I don't know. There's a ton of automatics around, so it's obviously got some issue if they were going to pull it out. So not too worried about it. I have another truck if I need an automatic at some point, but I'm probably going to go to a manual anyways. So like I say, not too worried about it. All right, enough rambling. Let's hook this back up and see how she does. Give her some gas here since the accelerator pump isn't too happy. Man, that is just perfect right there. Got a bit of an exhaust leak over here, but that's kind of normal for these. Yeah, she sounds good. I guess just let her warm up and see what happens. If there's any noises or anything. Pretty promising so far. What's in here? Oh, we got one signal. Look at that. Huh. Check the other side. Got that one. Well, look at that. How about, well, this one, 67 didn't have flashers. How about, oh, that's wipers, I'm an idiot. How about running lights? Yep. Yep. Okay, how about lights? Oh, got one. And both of those. How about a heater? I guess it isn't quite warm enough yet. Oh, it is warm. A little bit. Because that's pull for defrost. So yeah. it is a little warm down here, so I bet the heater will work once it's ran a little longer. It's starting to climb up, so the temp gauge works. Getting warm. Let's see if it charges. Yep. Even charges. There's some rainwater in here, but after the first video I did clean this bed all out and it is amazing. Still the best bed on one of these I have ever seen so far. Alright, well, she came up to operating temp. Everything is still smooth and sounds good. No noises of concern or anything. So I'm a believer in this motor. I think it's good. Just go through it and tidy it up some more and fix that exhaust leak and little stuff like that, and she's ready to go, I think. See if she starts back up. Oh yeah. That is pretty amazing right there for a junkyard truck. Hold on now, you thought I was going to shut it off without testing on something real quick? Well, I am really happy with it. Runs great. Amazing condition. Can't really ask for much more. Especially for what I paid for this whole thing. $500 with a title. Now where do you find that? Super good deal. Yeah, what a score, and glad I was able to buy it. Cause you know, it's not the only one of these I have. We got the red 71, the green 71, also known as Ethel, or the yard work boom truck, whatever you want to call it. Got the blue 69 F250, four-wheel drive like the previous two. Only I took the plow mount off and cleaned the truck all up from the one video I did on it. And look what we got here. If you guys follow my Instagram, you already know about this one, but if you don't, this is perfectly new to you. So 1970 F250 four-wheel drive crew cab, short bed, came off the Alaska pipeline. But yeah, this is something I never thought I'd find and be able to own, a crew cab. So that's really cool. Needs a lot of work, but I mean, why pass up on a crew cab for $1,000? She's got a 3-inch body lift and sitting on 35s. Dana 44 HD heavy duty front axle with the huge enclosed knuckles. And she's a manual, don't worry. Yeah, what a beast. And then I got this 72 F250 two-wheel drive. I saved this one from a local gas station that was cleaning up vehicles, and we're just hauling them to the dump to be dozed into a pit. So I got this one for free. They were happy to load it up on my trailer with a forklift, and glad somebody was saving it, so that's cool. It's got a V8 and automatic transmission. Who knows the condition of the automatic, but this thing was sitting out there forever with all the windows broken out, and the cab is rock solid. I mean, the doors and everything on it are good. That's why it's covered up, obviously. But you can see pictures of it on my Instagram. If you follow me on there, just go down through my posts and you'll see it. But yeah, this was a good save, and she's got a lot of good parts I can use. Even another 3/4 ton rear axle and whatnot. And then I have 68, 69 Ranger beds here. This one's in good shape. It's got the camper special cargo door over there. So does this truck. This one was a sport custom, but it had the little storage compartment. Couple tailgates, and then I got this bed also, another Ranger bed. Good tailgate except for that ding. The chrome piece isn't too bad. And this one's set up for dual tanks, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that makes it 6 bump side Fords is what I have now, with counting that new 67 that we just got going. And then of course the collections of other stuff. But yeah, it all started with the red 71 and then turned into all this. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little revival on this sweet little 67 two-wheel drive. Wasn't too eventful or difficult, but that's how some of them go on rare occurrences, which is more fun sometimes. So yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video, and thanks for all the support. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and whatnot to see what I'm doing outside of YouTube. And stay tuned for the upcoming projects. I know there's several, so hopefully I'll try and keep up with the demands of what you guys want to see. So until the next one, see you later.